What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. We're back at it for the Ranked Ladder Duel Tour with the continuation of Evil Eye. Since I figured if Evil Eye had the best performance throughout the course of the 2 years of my Master Duel career, I figured why not take up this ladder one more time in ranked duels with Evil Eye. So, two things in mind. A, there's no extra deck, so it could be either Monarchs or True Dracos for starters. And B, with this hand, like, don't get me wrong, Unleash is great, but seeing more than 2 copies at least, like, the 2 extra copies should have been something else, but this is not what I had in mind, to be honest. But very strong start. So let's see what's up that the opponent is playing. The new archetype, Shining Sarcophagus. The way it works is that you have to rely on this card at all times if you want the whole entire deck core to become live. No Shining Sarcophagus, no game time for you. So, first things first on behalf. You got 7 monsters, 4 spells, and 2 traps. So, first things first. Shining Sarcophagus, the power source of this archetype. As a continuous spell, can't be killed by monster effects. Each of the following effects once. During your main phase, add 1 card, spell trap included, that mentions Shining Sarcophagus from deck to hand that isn't the power source itself, aka Shining Sarcophagus. If your opponent special summons a monsters, more than 1, from the graveyard specifically, outside of the damage step, you can discard 1 spell, then target 1 of those monsters, send it to the graveyard. Now, we are going to start backwards, and then we will work our way up. Ties that bind. Activation is once per turn. If you control Shining Sarcophagus and a monster that mentions it, special summon up to 2 level 4 or lower monsters with different names that mention Shining Sarcophagus from your hand and or deck. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon from the extra deck. Maybe that's why on the no extra deck strats, according to Ties That Bind. But otherwise, do not let ties resolve in terms of spamming out too much monsters. Turn Silence and Future Silence both are activating 1 per turn, simple as it is. For Turn Silence and Future Silence are both quick play spells. Turn Silence. Target 1 face-up monster you control. Increase the levels by 3. Sounds like Fortune Lady Reminiscence. Also, if you activated this in response to your opponent's monster effect activation while you control a Shining Sarcophagus and a monster that mentions it, negate that opponent's effects. And then during damage calculation, if your monster that mentions Shining Sarcophagus battles, you can banish this card from your graveyard, end the battle phase. Solid. Future Silence. Add 1 monster that mentions Shining Sarcophagus from deck to hand, then if you activated this during the battle phase while you control Shining Sarcophagus and the monster that mentions it, each player draws until they have 6 cards in their hand. Okay, that is absolutely gross. Dark Magic Mirror Force. When an opponent's monster declares an attack or an opponent's monster effect is activated that will destroy a monster's, more than one, anywhere on the field, while a monster that mentions Shining Sarcophagus is anywhere on the field, destroy as many attack position monsters your opponent controls as possible. Then, if you control Dark Magician, burn your opponent 500 for each destroyed monster. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, the first time each monster you control that mentions Shining Sarcophagus will be destroyed by a battle or card effects. It is not. Impressive SR for a normal trap. Stronghold, the Hidden Fortress. Continuous trap. Generate this as an effect monster, so trap monster. Earth Machine, level 4, no attack, 2000 defense, within the following effects. Extra 1000 attack for each Shining Sarcophagus and monster that mentions it that you control. So basically, the swarm, the better. And then, once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack while you control Shining Sarcophagus, you can destroy that monster. So built-in Sakuretsu armor. Now, the main deck monsters, aka the Shining Sarcophagus squad. More Marshmallow, Silent Swordsman, and Silent Magician Zeros. All three are lights, while Gadget Trio is an earth, and then Archfiend's Advent, Dark Magician, the Magician of Black Magic, and Gandora G, the Dragon of Destruction, are all darks. More Marshmallow. Level 3 Fairy, light, 300 attack, 500 defense. While you control Shining Sarcophagus, this card cannot be killed by battle. Also, your opponent's monsters cannot target monsters for attacks except this one. Each of the following effects once. During your opponent's turn, if you control Shining Sarcophagus, as a quick effect, free special from your hand. If this card gets killed by a card effect, you can special summon one more Marshmallow from your hand, deck, graveyard, or banishment, except the copy of this card. And if you do, burn your opponent 1000. Silent Swordsman 0 and Silent Magician 0. They level modulate, depends on Silent Swordsman. As of the standby, increase the level by 1, while Silent Magician 0 is each time, aka if your opponent draws a card or cards, more than one, increase this card's level, depends on how. Silent Swordsman is 1 level, and then Silent Magician 0 is based off from the number of cards drawn. The similarity of the effect between these two is, while this card's level is higher than its original attack, or level I should say, its attack gain equal to the difference times 500. Most cases, Silent Swordsman 0, level 4, Light Warrior, while Silent Magician 0, level 4, Light Spellcaster, both are 1000 both ways. For Silent Swordsman 0, the last effect is a once per turn effect. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets Shining Sarcophagus or a monster's, more than one, that mentions it that you control, as a quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, increase this card's level by 1. Silent Magician 0. When your opponent activates a spell card or effect of a spell, while you control Shining Sarcophagus, as a quick effect, negate the activation, and if you do, increase this card's level by 1. And that effect is a once per turn thing as well. Gadget Trio. Level 4 Earth Machine, 1300 attack, 1100 defense. Upon no more special, add 1 Shining Sarcophagus or 1 spell/trap that mentions it from your deck to your hand. So that's how to get the power source of the deck. So most cases, if for some reason the opponent doesn't hard open Shining Sarcophagus, stop Gadget Trio from searching it out at all costs. If this card is killed by a battle or card effect, you can straight up set 1 Stronghold, the Hidden Fortress, from your deck. Most cases, this card. Each effect once. Archfiend's Advent. Level 6 Dark Fiend, 2500 attack, 1200 defense. While you control Shining Sarcophagus, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Other monsters you control gain 500 attack during your turn only. Nice boost. Upon no more special, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end phase, but that monster cannot attack unless you control Shining Sarcophagus when this effect was activated. Hard once on the Snatch Steal effect. Dark Magician, the Magician of Black Magic. Aside from the name of Dark Magician while it's on the field. As a level 7 Dark Spellcaster, 2500 attack, 2100 defense. Each of the following effects once. If Shining Sarcophagus exists, free special from your hand. Upon being destroyed by a card effect and a level 5 or higher monster is anywhere on the field, doesn't gotta be yours, you can free special this card, then you can straight up set 1 spell trap from your deck that mentions Dark Magician. As in, too many cards that involves Dark Magician in its name. So you basically have a plethora of Dark Magician spell trap targets. And last but not least, Gandora G, the Dragon of Destruction. Level 8 Dark Dragon, no stats both ways. 300 attack for each banished card, nice. Each of the following effects once. If you control Shining Sarcophagus, free special from hand. Pay half your life, destroy as many other cards everywhere on the field as possible, and if you do, banish them. Then, special summon 1 level 7 or lower monster that mentions Shining Sarcophagus from your deck, and increase its level by the number of cards destroyed by this effect. Basically, Gandora G is the game finisher. And is that every card from the archetype? Yes, indeed, they are. So, of course, Shining Sarcophagus is to start off fresh. Now, let's continue on with the matchup. Effect, adding Dark Magician, the Magician of Black Magic, free special, Ties That Bind, Silent Swordsman, Silent Magician Zeros, and Skilled Dark Magician. Increase the level from the Magician, increase the level from the Swordsman, normal Surziel, Surziel getting Basilius since we got 3 of them in hand already, aka Unleashed, and then Celine, attempt to hook it up on Sergio, and then Silent Magician. Negate the activation, level 6. Unleashed, toss out 2, getting Gorgonio. Celine, spill blood, banish awakening. Hook it up to Sergio, try it again. Kato Blepus. Shining Sarcophagus. Discard the 1,000 Knives. And sending Kato Blepus to the banish instead of the graveyard due to its own summoning method of Kato Blepus. Special Basilius. Basilius toss out Gorgonio. Gorgonio banish, discarding Unleash for Confrontation. Sergio, target Swordsman. Swordsman negate. Confrontation. No Shining Sarcophagus. No game time. Swordsman at level 6. Celine spill blood. Gorgonio hooked up to Sergio. Spill more blood. Repose. Drew into Blizzard. And of course, we drew one. Level 7. Spill blood. Sergio over Dark Magician. Repose, banish Dark Magician. And one set. Increase the level. Future Silence. And since it's used in battle phase, each player draws until they have 6 cards in their hand. Realistically, I decided to turn down the offer of draw 6 because you don't want to give your opponent the advantage. So I decided to Blizzard the Future Silence. Silent Magician 0 Crash. And one set. Sergio kill off Swordsman. Swordsman negate. It is a level 8. There's the talents. Future Silence. Getting Gadget Trio. Increase the level. Sergio. Target kill off Swordsman. Swordsman negate once again. Level 10. Let me take something out of this. Take the Swordsman 0. Switch Basilius to attack. Swordsman over skill. And Sergio lethal. So guys, that's gonna do it on the new Challenger Approaches, aka Shining Sarcophagus series. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and if you haven't already, smash the notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated, and we'll catch you guys next time.